to the Nightmares. And let's take a look right now at the stars of the NWA and the Nightmares.
Something about Wallflower Rich, that's what I call him. Tommy Wallflower Rich. Such a pretty name. He's after the pink belt. Everybody's after the pink belt. And I believe that this flag here, the Confederate flag, is what represents people like Wildfire Rich and Norvell Austin. Well, I'm going to take this off and put a Union Jack on because this is a Confederate flag and I don't want to lose it.
Thank you so very much. I want to take a couple of moments right now to talk to Mr. President that did occur, and then you'll see exactly what kind of a man Tom Pritchard is all about.
You'll see it, Gordon. You'll see exactly what...
All right, let's take a look at the monitor.
You got it. You got it. Tim Horner, you could see right here, during this match, it was a clean, scientific match all the way, Gordon. I had demonstrated my wrestling skills, so Horner had a few of his own. But when end came to end, that was a match for the prestigious championship, the television championship of the Mid-South, and I did what it had to take in professional wrestling to win, Gordon. Tim Horner's the man who shouldn't be coming on here crying about I broke 3 of his ribs, because this is a man's sport, Horner. If you can't take the punishment, get out of it. You're the one who double-crossed me in this match. You didn't see that part, did you? You didn't see where Tim Cook came out of the ring and tried to double-cross me. Just because I got the first lick, just because I used a little bit more, I guess, thinking power than he did. He's over here saying we were good friends, we were tag team partners, we may have been all that, but now you got something I want, and it's that junior heavyweight championship, Tim. So let's shut up now, and let's get down to some action instead of all the talk.
And literally inundated with letters requesting information regarding Lady Maxine. Lady Maxine is here in Florida recuperating from the last match that she had with the exotic Adrian Street. I wanted to talk to her today and just find out exactly, if we can, get a progress report as to how you're feeling and how you're doing.
Well, Gordon, you know, I'm feeling a lot better. I've been undergoing a kind of sun therapy, laying on the beach and hoping that all my wounds are going to heal. But I tell you what, when that happened in Boutwell Auditorium in Birmingham, I really wasn't expecting like that. I didn't know that that was the kind of rules that we were playing by. And now that I know that, once I am convalesced, I intend to come back if it's at all possible and mete out my retribution, because I know what the rules are now, and I know that I'm going to be the one calling the rules, and that Adrian Street is really in for a bad time, and he's walking around parading like a woman with all the makeup. Well, we can complete that process, Street, and we will.
Let me ask you this. Now, you asked for that match as no disqualification, but I don't think that you or anybody else in the world believed that the man would take the kind of advantage he took.
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I'm still kind of stunned over it, and my whole force of my body is pointed toward coming back and getting back into that ring. I'm not sure if I want to. I think I would like another no disqualification match, because I think I've gone through the fire and I'm a lot stronger now. It hasn't killed me. It did put me down for a little while, but, you know, that's only going to make me stronger, Gordon. And I really intend to come back and show the people in Birmingham and all over that area of the country that I am worthy of their support, and that I'm not going to let them.
And they've got a pair sixer going right now. And it's Horner in behind his man. Beautiful atomic knee drop. And Pritchard leaves the ring. You know, it's odd to think here the U.S. junior heavyweight champion and the #4 challenger in the United States. And a nice takedown by Tim Horner. But these men are junior in the weight division, all lumped into one category of heavyweights. Fellows like Ron Fuller at 270 pounds, 6'9". Luscious Robert Fuller, about 6'5", about 260 pounds. He might take umbrage to that. And it was Tim Horner letting Pritchard know how he felt about things. Nick Dukas, the referee. Dukas, who has undergone some extensive laser surgery of late, coming along extremely well. tried for an arm drag, and Pritchard went limp body on him, and when he did, dropped to the canvas, but Horner carried him on over. Tim Horner, a fine competitor. Royley Welch looking to return to the mat wars in the near future. Young man who's a second-generation competitor and a darn good one. Good shoulder smash by Horner. Pritchard drops to the canvas. Horner up, catches him with a beautiful drop kick. Horner, spin under takedown. And a special hello to my good friend Richard over at the Radisson. All of the other good folks over there. Pritchard on the canvas now as Horner has him tied up. An inside armbar. Say hi to our good friend Frank Vessel in Little Rock, Arkansas. Up into the far corner. Referee Nick Dukas calling for the break now. Irish whip, and it is Pritchard, but he caught Horner coming off the ropes. Well-executed lariat. Saw that head within range. Drove a knee into that prefrontal lobe. Hard right hand. He claims it was a forearm. Now look at Pritchard. Thinks he's very definitely in control. Down across the throat. Again across the throat. And a third time across the throat of Horner. Lateral press. Horner powers out. Great second effort. So, Pritchard holding the advantage right now with a rear chinlock. Horner trying to come back to his feet. Back on his feet. Good wide stance on both men. Low centers of gravity. Pritchard trying to keep his balance. Took a cheap shot there, and the referee caught him. Alert refereeing on the part of Nick Dukas. Pritchard drove one right at the belt line. Pritchard now drives a foot into the midsection, another foot, and another one to the side of the rib cage. Lateral press. Pritchard unable to contain him as Horner powered out. Horner once again caught in a rear chin lock. The referee checking to make sure it was not a choke. Some of the spectators a little bit irate, but Nick Dukas is right there. He knows he is not across the throat. Now you can hear the chant being picked up by the crowd. Go, Timmy, go. Very partisan crowd here at the auditorium. They want Tim Horner to retain this U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship. Back to their feet once again. Beautiful hook that time. Horner up and over his man. Leapfrog over Pritchard. And it was Pritchard ducking to one side. Horner up in the air, flying drop kick. Missed connection. And Pritchard punishing him in the midsection. Pritchard sets him. Good counter. Excellent counter by Horner. Either man in a position, and it is Horner scoring the vertical suplex. Pritchard catching, Horner rather, catching Pritchard coming in. Caught him again. Pritchard doubled over. Horner delivers a hard right hand. Caught in the midsection coming in. Inside cradle. Correction, outside cradle. Backslide by Horner. He's into the ropes. Pritchard into the ropes. That forces the break. In behind his man. Goes to a double cradle, but Pritchard breaks away from it. Caught him coming off. And Pritchard suddenly leaves the ring. Horner is right after him. Horner catches him outside the ring. We've got a Pier Sixer going on outside the ring. Pritchard in trouble. And the battle continues. Horner back into the ring. Count was broken, however. Pritchard coming up very, very slowly. And it looks like the tide of this battle has turned toward Tim Horner. He is the defending champion. Pritchard coming in very slowly now. Pritchard now punishing Horner on that top ring rope. Now Pritchard moves back in. Looked to me like he had his foot on the ring rope. Certainly appeared to me like he had his foot on the ring rope. But Pritchard very quickly grabbing that belt and walking away with it. He did get the 3 count. Let's get the official word from our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time of 9 minutes and 4 seconds. The fall and the match go to Tom Pritchard, the new United States Junior Champion.
Before I do, however, I certainly want to turn the microphone over to the Bullet and the Rat Patrol.
To Mr. X, they want your mask.
They're all coming. They're all trying to get $25,000. I just want to tell them all, Bullet and the boys are back. I got some backup now. Brad Armstrong, the Continental Champion, and I got the Rat Patrol right behind me, brother. The Rat Patrol is back.
That's exactly right. The Rat Patrol is back together. We're coming to everybody. We're going to wrestle anybody and everybody. We're looking forward to it, and I want to congratulate our brother, Brad. Good victory, brother. Brad, super match on TV. How about the Continental Belt? It's been a long time since we've all rock and rolled. That's right. We're screaming and we're going to shout, and we're going to burn this sucker out, and the arms crossed together forever, baby. And the new addition of Bullet, we standing tall and walking proud in Alabama. Amen. Gordon, the Nightmares.
Well, gentlemen.
Well, let me get put together by myself and my partner. Now, I want to tell you something else. You know, the tag team belts, yes, they did change hands. But let me tell you something. The Nightmares do not have to have the belts around their waist to be the champions. But we got to have them for that money, baby. We set records with those belts. We set them everywhere, and we're going to get them back. Mark my words.
We'll find out. A man who has become a legend in his own time, and now perhaps thinks he's a legend in his own mind, is Mr. Wrestling #2. He has joined forces with the Tennessee Stud and is a member of the Stud stable. Let's join Mr. Wrestling 2 in a match in progress. Quick, snapping little high knee lift. Short chopping right hand. Bottom wrist lock now by Wrestling 2. And I've known Wrestling 2 for years. Have prided myself in being a very close personal friend. But I'll tell you what, he has had an interesting change of philosophy. And one would imagine that his attitude is that of I'm going to go where the money is, and that's exactly what he's done in this case, obviously. Tennessee Stud is extremely well known for the high amounts of contractual guarantees that he offers to men in his individual stable. Jams his head into the turnbuckle. And obviously, the Tennessee stud is going to do anything he can to get the mask off the bullet. And certainly when you get somebody like Wrestling 2, you're getting one of the greatest masked men in the world. Well, the Raider barely blocked himself from being hurtled right through the ring. All right, Wrestling 2 sets him up. The Raider coming, wow! High knee lift, almost took him off his feet. Count of three, count of three. And so Wrestling 2 lifting his arms in victory and still looking for the masked bullet. Look at this, he's after the mask. He's ripped the mask away from the Raider. So he's unmasked another man, and obviously Jerry Stubbs.
Being the Alabama champion represents a bunch of garbage people from Alabama. And this looks like a piece of garbage, and I demand myself a brand new belt. I don't care how far the history of the Alabama championship goes back. I want a new belt.
Well, I'll
it's
tell
up
you
to you
what.
to get it for me.
I'll tell you what. Before we get into all of that, let's take a look at the way Jerry Stubbs won that belt last week. Double rear chin lock now by Jerry Stubbs on Roberto Soto. Soto, the Alabama heavyweight champion. Well, that's something. The Rat Patrol back together. Soto. Series of rights to the midsection, a roundhouse left. Irish whip. Caught him coming in, drives him back into the ropes. Stubbs rips across the eyes, catches him with a hard right hand. Soto got him, beautiful flying head scissors. Soto moves, oh! Missed with that head scissors. Stubbs got the pinfall. Stubbs got the pinfall, and that means that he is indeed the new Alabama heavyweight wrestling champion. Well, there you have it. That's the way he won the belt.
That's the way it's going to be.
Well, I understand now that he wants a new subject is not too pleasant because it regards the title.
Well, a lot of people seen the film and they seen what happened to Johnny. But we ain't crying over no spilled milk or nothing else. We're talking about Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden. We're coming your way. Tag titles.
All right, let's take a look at it, and we'll see exactly what you're talking about.
Right here, Mr. Soto. These Nightmares, they couldn't stand it because we won the belts fair and square. They come running down and pile drive me right there on the concrete floor, knocked me out, knocked me unconscious, and then throwed me in the ring for Robert and Jimmy to cover me. 1, 2, 3 to take those belts away. Well, in my book, they ain't no champions, and that ain't no way to win no belts.
Well, I certainly have to agree with that.
Gordon, what it amounts to, Ron Fuller, Robert Fuller, he's went out, he's got all his studs in the stall, he calls them. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Jimmy Golden, Robert Fuller, you took the belts. That's right. That's right. But what we're talking about, we got a chance to get them back. And we're not through with the Nightmares yet either.
We don't care, Mr. Soto, excuse me. We don't care who we got to wrestle in that ring. Any tag team in the country can come in here. But we're going to get back with Robert Fuller, and we're going to get them belts back around our waist where they belong.
Gordon, I just want to say we let the people down when we lost the belts, but we're going to get them back, I guarantee you.
Thank you so very much, Tommy and Johnny Rich. Right now, let's go to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this tag match is scheduled one fall. There is a special 20...
There you see them. Luscious Robert Fuller and gorgeous Jimmy Golden. The Southeastern Tag Team Champions going up against Joshua Stroud and Wild Bill Tabbs. And I'll tell you what, they are going to meet some mighty tough competition. You take a look at Stroud and you take a look at Tabbs. These are two big, tough individuals. One fall, television time remaining. And Mr. Golden still have Johnny Crash Rich and Tommy Wildfire Rich looking for them. Both men wearing the yellow gold trunks. Fuller. Tag is made, brother. Tab showed what he was made of, but he was double teamed. And that punishment, here comes Joshua Stroud. Stroud, former pro football player. Well, they're laying out some punishment here that sure isn't anywhere in the rule book. Bottom wrist lock, tag is on. Makes the tag. Golden moves in the ring. Forward fireman carry. Just Robert Fuller moves in. Referee Roy George having his problems now. Meanwhile, Tab is being double teamed. Stroud trying to get it together. Meanwhile, Wild Bill Tabb's being double teamed by Fuller and Golden. Stroud really needs to move out of that ring, although I can't blame him for his attitude. Tabbs is getting no chance whatsoever. Count is on Stroud once again, and you see the double teaming that's going on. And Stroud now totally infuriated. Notice the way Golden moves outside the ring. Again, some quick double teaming on Wild Bill Tabbs. And this has been a completely one-sided situation. Stroud has been completely frustrated in his efforts. Now the referee only trying to do what he thinks is right. One really can't blame him. They have gained a submission. They have gained a submission on Tabbs. And now they're double teaming on Stroud. They keep ringing the bell, but to no avail. Stroud taking a lot of punishment now. They bring him up for the pile driver. And so Fuller and Golden emerge victorious. That's Sunday night. Match time is 8 p.m. at the City Auditorium. And in Pace, Florida on Tuesday, March 18th. Chatham, Alabama on April 4th on Friday. And, of course, Lucedale, Mississippi on April 11th. And, of course, tomorrow night, gentlemen, a great match coming up. But right now, let's listen to these comments.
Time listening to them comments.
You know, the brand new tag team champions, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Go.
Say something about beat up! Ha, beat up! That's what them riches are, there.
Yeah, beat up. I'm going to tell you two more that's going to be better. Who's this father and son, Bullet and Brad Armstrong?
Bullet and Brad Armstrong.
You can't tell me that ain't Bob Armstrong. You know it. Everybody else knows it. They think they're a tag team. You want to look right here, gentlemen. This is what you call a tag team. The gorgeous one in the